Hello and welcome to Dell's Gaming, and we are in the From the Depths designer once more, because From the Depths is about building and this is the best place to have fun building stuff. So in this episode want to obviously build something. Yay, that's a surprise. Okay, what I was thinking, based on the campaign, we want to get something which can go into that new area. Now, I don't want to go too far from the sort of designs I've been going with, and you know, when I think about designs, there's three. I say three. There's a few options you can take. One is going for what I call the meta, which is just what is the most effective. And done that, been there, done that. You can, in some ways, win the game very quickly if you just build something with a bloody great big laser system at the very beginning, and make it fly high. You can basically just win the game. The other one is realistic systems. Now, in the past, I've always found that being too realistic, it's difficult to be effective. You need a bit of a mixture, and so that's what I like doing. So based on reality, but then give it a bit of a twist, because I'm a twisted type of person, I guess. Yeah, maybe. So that's what we're going to do. Now, what I'm thinking at this first stage is potentially taking something which is working at the moment. I like the monitors. They're cheap and they seem to work, and so we're going to take some factors of that and make an alternative. The bits I like about it, the gun. So we're going to build an alternative. Now, we're going to take the Kerbal idea of practice. If something works, add more guns. Obviously in Kerbal you add more rockets, but in here, add more guns. So we're going to take the basic monitor and just make it more. So let's see how that goes. So yeah, we'll go through, I think, an alternative to the bigger the main gun. An alternative main gun, so it's got a little bit more range and a little bit more accurate. And I'm thinking, I want to see how far I can push the simple weapons. Yeah, I'm thinking the simple weapons would be a primary, and maybe some more crams sort of thing. And yeah, this is going to be a brawling, close-in ship, I think will be the intention. Anyway, let's see how we go through the build. I'll do the usual cut to the relevant pieces and come back when we've got something to test against some enemies. So see you in a bit. and after a fair bit of building, we have ended up with something which is monitorish, because the From the Depths team and the Kerbal team got together and came up with basically the offspring of a Tickener monitor that went and ate too much, got a bit big, and now doesn't feel like going on a diet. So yeah, it's got the outlook of the monitor, but we've got, just to go through a few bits and pieces, these are oops, let's just get my 8 target up, there we go. So these are 293mm guns, firing basically a Hesh round. So that's 11 3/4, but 293mm guns. Not massive and not ultra powerful, but I think they're more accurate and more powerful than the original monitor guns. Lasers, yes, we have more lasers. So the lasers were working, so we just added more. Large cannons, I'm doing a lot of words. Large cannons, some more at the front, because why not? But the main bit has been around the sides. We've got these large cram cannons. So anything going broadside, we'll get a nice broadside there and at the back. The main bit I like is the tick element. So what we'll do, just to show, is bring in the mortar. And you can see it is sending out torpedoes, which are cable armed. Yes, we have the correct mixture. Now we're still firing a lot of torpedoes when it gets really close, which will not be armed with cables. So the intention on these cables, they are set to stop winching at about 200 meters, so it won't pull it into a collision just very close, at which point the bowler, as I'm calling it, because I'm classing these as the ship's bowlers, will go and grab the enemy, bring it in close, and all of those weapons will start pulling it apart, basically. Some of the torpedoes are still explosive, because its ultimate aim is to destroy the ship, but I want to make sure that fast ships can't get away, and it just basically brings it close to the broadside where all of these cannons can fire. So hopefully we'll see that against the mortar. It's doing quite well. There we go, into the broadside situation. Even more lasers, and then just lots of crams firing in there. Those crams are basically HE with a bit of frag. They do chew up the enemy quite nicely. I may have a look at them. They're not overly large. Due to the space available, I couldn't put too many on them. Too many HE, and just made it vulnerable if it got attacked. Also, against the air, it uses the same. So if we bring in something... So against air targets, it is firing missiles, but it is also firing out the cables. The idea being to drag the aircraft and stop them flying too far away. Again, it just pulls them nice and close in range so that lasers can chew away at them. Reasonably effective against aircraft, still not its priority. It works, but yeah, aircraft is still a problem if swarmed like that was. But let's see if we can get a good hit on the Shrike. No, the Shrike is quite a good target actually. But that's generally the bonus as a ship. Bad bits. It's a bit big. There's a lot of armour there. The size went a little over the top, and I did have to rebuild it a couple of times because I just didn't realise how large it was getting, but that's fine. It is a capable ship to go with the other monitors. Now there is one other ship I did bring in, and I did build just as an intermediary ship. This modified monitor has been designed as an all-missile version of the ship, partially to test an item that was brought up in the comments about HE and frag missiles. So use this as a bit of testing, so I could set all of the missiles to frag or HE. Now what I did find with the missiles in general after a bit of testing is that against wood, frag is better. Go for frag warheads if you've only got a couple of 1 or 2 warheads. But against metal, HE ends up being better. Frags just will not go through metal as easily. It does, but I find that HE sometimes can be a bit more reliable in that regard. Because of what we are up against in the Deepwater Guard, frag is a better choice. Because they have a lot of wooden ships with very similar to the monitor here, in that there's bits of metal, but it's generally wood for most of the construction. So anyway, that was the main purpose. This ship's got some short-range missiles, long-range missiles, air-to-air missiles, and a little strange mine-laying system, which let's see if we can get it to run up. So against a little marauder out there, we have torpedoes at first being fired at range, then we have some long-range missiles. These aren't hyper powerful, but they do the job. They're, again, just a couple of frag warheads. Most of the short-range weapons are single frag warheads, and the long-range weapons are multiple. The torpedoes, of course, are HE, because that is the best thing for torpedoes. So at the moment we're out at a range of 1700 meters, and we're getting hits. You can see the frags hitting there and taking out various bits of wood. And what you'll see is the wood gets disappeared, but the metal gets only damaged or is left in place. So, but that's fine against the Deepwater Guard vessels that we normally have. I'm not sure if we'll get to see. I'll see if I can get a shot in close so you can see the mine-laying weapons at work. And this is an example of the mine system. These are rocket launched mines. A little early, they land in the water, they spread over an area, and then will magnetically get pulled in to the target with a HE and a frag, a thumper head, frag, and HE warhead. Overall, and I like this adaptation of the monitor for a anti-missile capability for the monitors. Sorry, anti-missile? A missile capability for the monitors, and we'll bring it into the campaign maybe as either an extra or replace one of the existing monitors. The Bolas we will bring into the campaign as the new primary flagship of the fleet. It is a lot of resources, so it's going to take a while to build, and I'm going to have to build up the resources before starting it, really. But we may do that with attacking those other areas. But next time you see these, hopefully it will be in the campaign, and we'll be able to take more of the war to the Deepwater Guard and go and get that little resource area. So until next time, keep playing the game and have fun.